early morning sparring session on the Gold Coast. I was in the car with Paul Briggs and Daryl there, and we were making our way to the gym just behind the highway at Miami. Hadn't caught up with Briggsy for a while, and of course one of the great fighters from Australia, a light heavyweight contender. He fought for the title twice, and if you've read his book, you'd know that that's just the most amazing effort in itself. A former world champion kickboxer, and then turning to boxing a few years later and rising right up the ranks to fight for the title twice. It's an incredible story. Paul the Hurricane Briggs there in action, and great to catch up with him on the Gold Coast outside the gym to find out exactly what's going on.
Briggsy, so mate, good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while.
It's been a while.
What are we looking at this morning, mate? You got something pretty exciting on the go right at the beginning, right?
We've got Tommy Gunn Zaremi sparring, preparing for his first pro debut, his first pro fight, and he's sparring IBO world champion in Billy the Kid Dib. So it's an awesome opportunity for him to get world class sparring. Billy's, he's been training in Los Angeles and he's fought a couple of Mexicans. He's sort of been up there for a little while now. So, you just can't get any better sparring than this. And just what Tommy's learned from the first spar that they had on Monday has been incredible. So it's going to be really good to see what he brings today.
Well, mate, I love stories. So how did it all come about? How did you meet this guy?
Mate, I moved back here and really had a gutful of the sport. And, you've been fairly close to,
I've seen a bit.
To me and what's going on with me. So I moved up here and Tommy sort of came to me and said, "Oh look, would you be interested in training me?" I said, "Not at all. Not interested in training fighters." And he said, "Oh, will you just have a look at me?" And I said, "Well, come up to the gym." Well, he sort of, he just kept going on and on. So I said, "Yeah, come up to the gym and I'll have a look." And he came up and I watched him train for about 2 minutes and said, "Can I train you, please? This kid is just such an unbelievably natural talent." And I've sort of got the infrastructure there to be able to take anyone the whole way. And I sort of thought, well, I just had to find my love again for the sport, and that sort of happened now through Tommy. So all the rest is gravy.
Yeah, well, that's awesome, and I guess exciting being that his first pro fight coming up and starting the journey with you in his corner is going to be pretty awesome.
Oh, it's going to be unbelievable, and us being able to cover the journey, from his first pro fight, that's going to be pretty incredible as well.
Yeah, so with Briggsy in Tommy's corner, I'm sure he's going to go a long way, but he wasn't at the gym yet, but Billy the Kid Dib was getting ready to do the sparring session with Tommy Gunn, and of course Billy's been doing big things overseas. He's with the Golden Boy stable, of course Sugar Shane Mosley, one of the all-time greats in his corner, and Billy's had some big fights in the States already a world titleist, and great to chat with him on the web show.
How are you, buddy?
How you doing, man? I'm doing well.
Welcome to the Gold Coast.
Thanks very much.
Mate, I do a show that's all about stories, so how did you get involved in boxing? How did it all come about right from the beginning?
Oh, mate, I guess it all started with, at the age of kind of 12 or somewhere around there, where it all started with the Rocky movies, mate. And then, it just started out, watching the Rocky movies and
inspired.
Yeah, and then as a kid they used to sell the gloves, the Billy the Kid, the Sylvester Stallone gloves in the pack and that. And we used to put them on and fight each other at home. We grew up with 6 boys and 1 girl in the family. And then then you start looking into it deeper, and you find tapes on Muhammad Ali, things like that. So I looked into it. I really like the sport.
So you love the history of it?
I love boxing.
Yeah. What age do you think you're pretty good at it, Evan?
I'm not sure. You just kind of get into it, and you realise from the start, whether you're okay or not. I realised that I had really good eyes and could get in and out real fast, and that's why I stuck out the game.
Good for you, man. Well, who's some of your heroes? I mean, obviously, like you said, you do have a great style and great evasive style, but I guess someone like Sugar Ray Leonard or someone like who's your heroes for you?
Mate, my favourite fighters in the history of boxing got to be guys like Shane Mosley, Prince Nassim, Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather. They're the guys that I really enjoyed watching. And then you got the slicksters and stuff like that. In terms of hard punches, I love Julian Jackson. Was a wicked puncher. So. Sickening puncher. I loved it.
So it's an interesting career for you because you kind of veered away from Australia for a while, didn't you? You've gone over to the States. You've had some massive fights over there on big cards. I mean, what's that like for a young Aussie over there?
You know what? I'm what you call a dream chaser. I chase my dreams, and if my dreams are in America, and if that's where I'm going to succeed, that's when I'm going to go. And the same thing still stands today. If the opportunities arise, I'm over there. And it looks like, maybe Shane's next fight I'll be on the undercard again, so things are looking good.
That's awesome, man. So what advice do you have out there for someone even chasing dreams, even if it's not boxing? I mean, obviously you're very committed and you spend your whole life chasing this, don't you?
Yeah, for sure, mate. You know what, to me, I live by a motto, the winner is not the guy that's, the winner and the loser is not the guy that's jumping in, winning or losing. In anything you're doing in life, it's about giving it a go, and if you don't give it a go, you're the loser. Because no matter what you do in life, you should give it your best shot, and you're going to succeed.
Well, good, mate. Well, the thing I love asking people too to finish up is if they could live the ultimate dream. So I say you're living yours, but if it all came to be, and what would be the ultimate if you could do it?
If I could, achieve the ultimate dream, would to go down as one of the greatest fighters to come out of Australia. That'd be the dream right there.
Well, good to meet you, buddy, and all the best.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
So it was great catching up with Billy. He's a cool guy, and while Briggsy did some of the media with Amanda there at NBN and the Gold Coast Bulletin, I had a chat with the man who's creating all the buzz.
All right, so in the gym with Tommy Gunn, how you feeling?
Yeah, feeling great, mate.
Now, I've just spoken to Paul Briggs, and I do a show about stories. So how did you get involved in boxing? How did it all come about for you?
Man, I've been boxing for about 10 years. It started overseas.
Yep.
So I've been living in Australia for about 7 years now. And I had in about 60 amateur fights. So I think it's...
Whereabouts?
That's overseas in Hungary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So how did you find it coming out to Australia at the beginning? Must have been pretty weird, huh?
Oh, mate, the first couple of weeks was pretty funny. I couldn't speak English at all. So, yeah, but then, got into it and, yeah, loving it here, mate. So,
okay. So what do you love about fighting? What is it for you that gets you going when you put the gloves on?
Man, it's just one of those things, I've been doing it for 10 years, man. I don't feel good without coming to training and, getting up and doing nothing. I just can't do it, mate. Okay. I've got to be competing, and that's my dream, man. I want to be world champion. So now I've got the right people behind me, so hopefully they can get me there.
Yeah, good for you. And Paul was just telling me that your first pro fight coming up, you must be pretty excited about that, eh? The first one as a professional?
Yeah, no, it should be a really tough fight, man. That's on the 19th of June. So fighting a tough Filipino, but I've got everything looked after, mate, and training hard for it. So.
And even today, sparring a guy like Billy Dib, who's been there and done that in America, it's pretty exciting for you, huh?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I know Billy for a long time. He used to be an amateur with us, but yeah, he's a very, very good experienced guy. So.
Okay. And what sort of fighters do you look up to? Like, what do you model your style on? Is there any favourite fighters you'd like to emulate? Who's been your heroes?
Mate, I've got heaps of good fighters that I look up to, like especially Shane Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya, and all the good fighters.
Good for you. Well, you said it before, because I love asking people if they could live the ultimate dream, and I guess with yours, like you just said, to be world champion.
That's right, yeah. That's the goal, mate. So.
Good for you. Good to meet you.
You too, buddy.
So there you go, a quick chat with both the guys, and that's the great thing about sports, that they are having a bit of a laugh while they warm up together, because after the last minute details, they had the gloves on and ready to bash the hell out of each other.
So, mate, what sort of stuff are you looking for when you're watching him do this?
Just practicing everything that we've done on the pads. Stuff we've been working on yesterday.
These moments make you want to get back out there yourself?
No, I'm loving this part of it. Beautiful, Tommy. Strong on your feet, strong on your feet.
Come on, Bill. That's it. Oh, that's it, that's what I'm saying. Double them up. There you go, there you go. There you go.
Keep it tight, keep it tight.
Go, Phil. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so there you go, some solid rounds under the belt, and maybe a big start on the rise in Tommy Gunn, his first pro fight June 19th at the Southport RSL.